So we'll start off with a drill display. The riders will come in and do a short warm-up session. I'll chat a bit about what they're doing, and then I'll hand over to Sergeant Owen, who will be calling the drill. This will be followed by a short display with the Public Order Riot Squad. We've only got 4 members of the Riot Squad here today, so unfortunately we can't give you a full riot display, but we will give you an idea of how we train with the Riot Squad and work with the Riot Squad out in an actual operational situation. Now the horses are just coming in. Obviously they're not used to having crowds of people inside their arena, which is their safe place. So they might look at you a bit funny. And you'll notice their ears focusing on the crowd as they walk past, so they're listening for any strange noises also. I'll just pop out here so they don't run me over. Now you might notice the camera today filming. We've got the play school here filming today. If you don't wish to be in the filming, please approach me and we'll try and work out so that you're out of camera view and not used in any of the shots. Play school are here filming. They're focusing on one of our families, Leading Senior Constable Solero. He's riding at number 2. So as the horses are coming towards you, he's on the right-hand side, and his son Ashton is here today, and they're filming the interaction between Ashton and his dad. Now we've got the riders here formed up in what we call a troop line. Sergeant Owen's just getting them to do a final gear check. There's nothing worse than your saddle rolling around while you're riding. So they're just making sure their girths are tight. Sometimes when you're putting a saddle on, a horse will puff its stomach full of air and prevent you getting the saddle done up as tight as you can. So once you're mounted, it's always a good idea to check your saddle. Now, as you heard, Sergeant Owen just got the troop to number off, which is what we call it. This makes each rider aware of their position within the troop, and it ultimately makes our commands as a troop leader easier. All of our officers start training in troop drills in their recruitment stage, so in their initial 3 to 4 months training. So the horses are riding together in half sections, which is you might refer to as in pairs. And Sergeant Owen is calling out our standard drill commands. All of our sergeants and our leading senior constables are trained in calling drills. And as I said earlier, it's very important for when we wish to move a large group of horses throughout the city or within the riding arena in an orderly manner. So the drill commands also form the basis of our riot training. And just with a simple command like half sections right wheel, as Sergeant Owen just did, we've got the horses all coming together in a troop line. Within the troop today, we've got a mixture of horses. In the mounted police, we don't use any specific breed of horse, we use a number of different breeds. So we'll use anything ranging from a thoroughbred that may have raced, to a stock horse, Percheron cross, Clydesdale cross. So in this troop, the Clydesdale crosses are the easy ones to spot. They have more white on them. particularly one of the Clydesdale crosses that Sandy is riding in the second last half section. He's quite a new horse, Echo. Sergeant Owen is riding Raz. She was donated to the Mounted Police by the Royal Agricultural Society and hence her name. She's riding next to troop horse Angus, who is actually her uncle. Angus and Raz are both Percheron crosses.
Right wheel.
Our drill training also forms the basis for our musical ride. We perform the police musical ride in conjunction with the New South Wales Police Band at the Royal Easter Show each year, usually on about 4 or 5 occasions. In May 2012, the New South Wales Mounted Police had 18 riders travel to England to perform in the Queen's Diamond Jubilee pageant, where we used household cavalry horses to perform our musical ride. So that was a great honour for the New South Wales Mounted Police and the riders that were chosen to travel and perform in the musical ride.
Section left, section right. Diagonal crossover.
So you can see through a number of simple commands, Sergeant Owen can move the troop around and perform different manoeuvres.
Check single file, clear hop. Odds left, evens right.
So the manoeuvres that Sergeant Owen is moving the troop through this morning, these are used in our musical ride, usually at a faster pace. So we would perform these moves at the canter. Obviously we are restricted today with the smaller arena that we have. It does take a lot of practice to get the musical ride in sync because we have 16 riders in our musical ride, which means we have 32 brains out there. And obviously the horses and the riders are all thinking about different things, so to get them all coordinated is a major feat and does take a lot of practice. Once we add in the extra elements of the police band and having a crowd around, it does put a bit more pressure on the horses to perform. So our more experienced horses are generally chosen to perform in the musical ride. The musical ride is led by Sergeant Owen, riding at number 1 as she is today. And at last year's show, she actually led the ride on troop horses. On troop horse Raz, which is the horse she is currently riding. So the troop are performing a reverse wheel on a much smaller scale than we would in a musical ride. It's very important for the outside riders to be coordinated with each other to make the wheel even. Have we got anyone in the crowd that's good at blowing up balloons? Do you want to come over to me and get a balloon? What we're going to do is we're going to blow up some balloons, and a little bit later we're going to throw them at the horses and see what they do. We call this nuisance training. We go through a number of different things during nuisance training, such as waving flags at the horses, putting tarps under the ground. The horses have just done what is called side pass. We do train our horses to move off our leg quite easily, because during an arrest situation, the horse has to be very responsive to the rider. So our horses will move side to side, forward, back. Okay, now we're moving up into a canter. So once you increase the pace, the difficulty does increase in controlling the horse and keeping them the right distance from the other horse and maintaining your intervals. Police do all our own rider training, and we have accredited instructors with Equestrian Australia. They've all completed their level 1 instructors course. Sergeant Owen, who is riding number 1, is our head riding instructor. And we do have another instructor, the third last rider, riding Echo. So the senior constable Sandy Palmer is also one of our riding instructors. So the level 1 training is a vigorous training course. It can take up to 2 years to complete. The horses are coming back in a troop line and riding towards us. Performing moves like the brain back, it's very important that all the horses are staying together. It just makes it a bit more visually spectacular. If you bear with
And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the 4 beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
Oops! I did it again, baby. Yeah!
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye for now.